I'm Brian Petrano with Broadbent & Associates, Senior Scientist and Certified Safety Professional, and I want to talk to you today about working with lead in the construction industry. In this video we're going to cover some of the hazards of working with lead, legal requirements, where you might encounter lead in the workplace, and how to protect yourself and your employees. So why is the lead standard so important? First and foremost, it can cause serious health effects to your workers if they're exposed, both short-term and long-term. Some of those risks include reproductive risks for men and women if they're trying to have families, and excessive exposure to lead can cause birth defects. Some of the other long-term effects include damage to your cardiovascular system, your blood-forming systems in your body, your kidneys and urinary tract, and also damage to your brain and central nervous system. So as an employer, you're legally responsible to provide a safe and healthy work environment for your employees. One way that OSHA accomplishes that is by having a standard for these hazardous substances like lead. There are both federal and state requirements for working around lead in the construction industry. Those requirements establish exposure limits, action levels, and other specific controls for working with lead in the construction industry. So the lead standard applies to any construction work where employees might be exposed to lead. All construction work related to alteration, repair, new construction, including painting or decorating, is subject to the lead standard. This includes demolition of buildings and structures, stripping of paint, repairs or alterations made to surfaces covered with lead-based paint. In 1978, the Consumer Product Safety Commission banned lead-based paints for residential applications. However, they're still used widely in industrial settings. Lead-based paint is a good coverage for rust protection, so that's why it's used a lot in the industrial world. Even though lead-based paint is banned in residential uses, contractors that are renovating older homes still need to be aware of lead-based paint on surfaces of old houses and buildings, even in soils around old houses, because lead-based paint can chip and weather and accumulate in the subsurface around a building. Lead is most commonly absorbed into the body through inhalation. When workers breathe in lead by dust, fumes, or mist into their lungs, it can be absorbed through your respiratory system. Painters, welders, and plumbers are generally the workers that are most exposed to lead. So you can protect your workers by developing and implementing a protection program in the form of a lead compliance plan. The compliance plan is required by the regulation, the lead standard. Generally includes a hazard assessment of the work being done, potentially medical surveillance or industrial hygiene sampling during the work, specific job controls, including various engineering controls, administrative controls for exposure to lead, signage and training for those employees so that they're aware of what they're working around, and good record keeping for your program. Employee protection is the overall goal for working around lead. You want to limit your workers' exposure to lead and keep them safe and healthy. Broadbent can help you determine if a lead compliance plan is applicable to the work that you're doing, and we can also help develop and implement that program for you. So if you have any other questions, give us a call or send us an email and we'd be happy to help you.